Hi, I'm Kristina Ishmael, Senior Project Manager of Teaching, Learning, and Tech on our Education Policy Program at New America, and I'm excited to be joined by a dear friend and educator colleague, Knikole Taylor. Hi, Knikole.
Hey, I'm glad to be here. Thanks so much.
Oh my gosh, thanks for joining us. You are going to provide us a new perspective that we have not necessarily heard from, which is the parent and educator perspective. So thanks for being here. And can you tell us a little bit about your role and what you do? And you are in Dallas, Texas. So give us a little more information about you.
Yes, I am the instructional technology coordinator with Life Schools. It's an open enrollment free charter district here in the Dallas area. We have 9 campuses in Dallas County and in Ellis County, and we serve kindergarten through 12th grade students.
Awesome. And what is your specific role within the charter system?
So I get to work with teachers and students to use technology for teaching and learning. Like, so
Yay!
fun. Yeah, I miss the kids and the teachers and the hugs and the high fives, but I get to work with kindergartners, I get to work with seniors, I get to work with principals, just all things learning and teaching with technology.
Yeah, which is actually how we met. I mean, we met at a conference, but we've met online through Twitter and like through all the ed chat and the ed tech stuff. So again, thank you for being here. I have a few questions for you that we can start our conversation with. Can you tell me a little bit about what it's like to balance work right now and then being a mom at home with 3 kids that are also trying to go to school?
That is a loaded question, my friend. I don't
Actually,
even
it
know.
might be.
Yeah, I don't even think there is balance.
Okay.
I kind of see it more like there's containers and you put things in the containers and you go get them when you need them. Like this morning, last week, I'll start with last week. We just decided, hey, we're going to knock out all of our work in 2 days.
Okay.
Morning, I was working. I've had a full day today. And so we decided we're not doing school today. We'll do it tomorrow. That's just not a container that we could take off the shelf today. Today, we prioritized having lunch together, and the kids have been outside playing basketball together. And my daughter and I, she's been fixing my lighting for all the meetings that I've had today. So
what a job! I love that.
And she takes it seriously. She's been really good at it today. I just think I don't even think there's a such thing as balance right now, because I have a full-time job. You know, and being home with kids is a full-time job as well.
It is. So
it's like
because
working
you
2
have a
full-time jobs. Like one.
Go ahead.
No, it's like one is going to give while the other one gets. Like they're not going to both get evenly. Like it's not going to happen.
Yeah, I completely understand that. Since you do have a full-time job, what are the expectations for you right now as far as work is concerned?
So I think the expectation. Good questions here, Kristina. I think the expectations for me now have been greater in that I'm the only instructional technology coordinator. We have a few. We started an innovative cohort last year where teachers who were like either gung-ho and used technology a lot and wanted to do it, or teachers who knew that they needed to learn more. So we finished almost a whole year with training them. So I have people who can help me, but as you know, when it comes to like ed tech training and integration of technology in their lessons right now, it's really been me. And so we figured out a system to kind of streamline that so I can support teachers with that, but also just the meetings, like our team meetings. So my district's very intentional and I appreciate them for that. So there aren't ever really any, hey, it's 10 o'clock, I need you at 11 o'clock. Very seldomly. I mean, I've been here almost 2 years. That doesn't happen. I know when my meetings are. I know when things are coming up, and I can kind of plan teacher support and mommying around that. You know?
That's great. That's great. So what are some of the biggest challenges that you faced in trying to work from home and also be the mom / teacher of your kids?
I think it's just, I want to give everything 100%. And I mean, today's a good day, but last week I was curled up in a ball just crying because I just felt like a failure. I felt like a failure at my job, and my job is really important to me. And I had like 2 days last week where I couldn't do anything because my third graders needed help. Like they needed me. And so I'd rather I'm in tears than the two of them be in tears. And so I did have a moment. I felt like afterwards, I felt that was a little selfish moment. And then I thought, you know what? Like, I did work today. Yeah. It was third grade math and reading today. But I did work because I think my daughter was frustrated one day, and so I sat with her and I was like, "We'll just knock it out." Yeah. And then my son came to me at the end of the day because I have third grade twins, and the son came to me at the end of the day, and he was like, "Great, you can do the same thing with me tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it." So I just turned to my husband and I was like, "They don't get like kids don't care about your meetings. They don't care about your title. They don't care about your job. You're their mom, and they need you, and that's your job." Right. And so it was like 2 days of like answering emails, but like I couldn't really hop in any meetings or be on FaceTime with anyone. So that's my struggle. Like I think that is my struggle, that there is no balance. Because when you're going to work, every day, I can get up, and take care of them before I leave, and then I know they're okay because I know
they're in the hands of someone else.
Yeah, there's no handoff. There's no handoff. No.
So you've mentioned like the containers as far as like how you may approach different things on a given day or in your weekly kind of schedule, whatever else. What is there a typical day in your world right now? What would that look like?
Well, I try to get up before everybody else. I figured very early on, like I have to have some time by myself. Sure. And so something that I wasn't doing before. So, now we talk in terms of like pre-quarantine and like post-quarantine. Like I know. After quarantine, something I don't want to give up is coming to my table and having a cup of coffee, opening the blinds and looking outside, because I didn't slow down to do that before. Yeah. So now I'm getting up earlier, I'm making coffee, having some time by myself, having some time to meditate, pray, and journal. And so that helped me get through the day. That's something I don't want to give up. That's a container that I try to pull off the shelf like 7 days a week because it's helping me to stay grounded. There are like, there's the schoolwork for my kids, that container. There's the work container. I have a husband. He wants some of my time sometimes. That's probably gonna happen post quarantine because we're all here together. Like we're all here together. Right. Yeah. Right now, that time looks like, hey, do you want to ride together to go pick up groceries? Like that's what that's been like.
That's like your quality time right now.
Right. So, there are some things that just are gonna sit on the shelf and they're just gonna be dusty, and that's just where we are right now in life, right?
Absolutely. So I specifically wanted to reach out to kind of friends that are parents as well as educators to provide a very unique perspective in all of this, because I've seen plenty of posts on social media around, like, oh, I now recognize the work that a teacher does, where people are like, oh, I'm homeschooling. You're like, oh, actually, you're not. But what is it like? I mean, when you think about, you have the background, you have the experience to be able to help your third graders. Do you have any advice for other parents that may not have that expertise?
And I've actually reached out to some of my friends who...
Have you?
Yeah, and I'm like, do you need anything?
Yeah.
You know what? I think we have to quit telling ourselves this. I think for a long time as educators, we've sold this false narrative that kids are better off with us, and that we know what's best for kids. And that if they're not at school with us all day, every day, they'll fall so far behind that they'll never catch up. There are lots of parents out there that just can't do this school stuff. They just can't. Yeah. They don't have the materials. They don't have the resources, but they're loving on their kids every day. Yeah. Their kids are being fed every day. Yeah. Their kids are being cared for every day. And when they come back to school, whenever that is, they're going to be all right. They're going to be all right. Just in conversations, even with my own kids, one of my children has shared, like, this is better. Like, I really enjoyed this, and just how he feels about himself at home versus having to, because when you go out, you have to code switch and you have to
of course,
you have to follow those rules, and those are just things that we learn as we grow up. But just the freedom to go out and get fresh air when you feel like you need a break, or to stand up, or to lie down, or to sit in your bed and read. Like, you don't have those freedoms. So I would just say, as long as your kids are safe and they're being cared for, and they're being nurtured, if you can reach out to teachers for support, then that's fine. But we're not homeschooling. Like, we're this is a global crisis.
Yeah.
So more importantly, I have a sophomore. I want the 10th grader to do his work. I do. He was supposed to take SAT for the first time Saturday. That didn't happen. I want the 3rd graders to do their work. They do. But more importantly, when this is over, I want them to be okay. That's what I want more than anything. So I think that's what we should focus on more than anything. Is just like, we want our kids to be okay. Have those conversations with them. Sit down. Like today, we didn't do schoolwork, but we did have lunch together, because it's important to me that I sit down and I talk to them today, right? So like those things, that's what matters most. So
I love that. Any other things that you would want our New America readers to know?
Anything else? I think just kind of going back to what you said, and I have to tell myself the same too, like, give yourself grace. Like, I'm always telling teachers, like, hey, just give yourself grace. But I have to remind myself that too, because most of the time, if you're going to homeschool or you're going to work from home, you've planned for that. It doesn't just happen the way that this happened. This is not homeschooling. This is not a staycation. This is a global crisis. Like, this is much bigger than we could have ever imagined or even thought of. So daily, give yourself grace. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel. I think one of the word I use with you is like, it's okay to just think like, this is the weirdest, oddest time ever. And it's okay to feel joyful. It's okay to do a project. It's okay to garden. It's okay to just let your body and your mind go through all those emotions, and to also allow your kids to do the same thing, to just lean into that, because I think that's what's gonna help us get through this, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, such great advice. Thank you. I thank you for your time and your perspective on all of this, and I hope that our readers enjoy this as well. So thank you so much, Knikole.
Thank you.